so we're going to do a part 2 to the prisms and the volumes. I added a few extra notes up here for you. And if you look, just a simple reminder that the formula for volume of a rectangular prism, that also includes a cube, is volume equals area of base, or what you hear people call big B. You know, Miss Reynolds, we don't care for that. That's area of base times the height. So looking at my shapes like we talked about yesterday, the base takes up how much? So that would be my base, or the bottom of the shape. And in this case, it's 5 long by 4 wide. So 5 times 4 would be 20. And then I want to multiply that times the height. So 5 times 4 times 2, which would give you 40, of course. Remember, again, made you a little note that the capital B stands for what is the area of the bottom. So yesterday, we played with this particular rectangular prism, and that's your same example I have up there on the board. But I wanted to give you a little bit better visual, so I played with it last night and came up with, okay, so we talked about how this particular, we're going to hope these stay, this particular shape is 5 inches, these are 1-inch cubes, 5 inches long by 4 inches high. So if this was my base or my bottom of my shape, then this would be 5 times 4, and as you can see, there are 20 blocks, if you counted all of them individually, that cover the base of the shape. That also, the math problem, I love these boxes, they print the math problem right for you. It tells you that the math box, or the box, the rectangular prism, is 2 inches tall. So you can assume that I have 2 stacks that are 5 by 4. So I played, you know Miss Reynolds. We saw this side, here's my base, and you agreed with me. It is 5 long by 4 wide. There we go. And if I go to the side over here, let's see if this works for you. Here's your visual. So I've got my side of my rectangular prism, and all I did was open up a little door, and if you look, it is on the side 2 rows high. That row is still 5 this direction, so I'm 5 long, and I am 4 wide on the top, and I have 2 stacks of 20 blocks. So there's 20 in this row and 20 in this row. So I took my area of my base, which we agreed was 20 a little bit earlier, 5 times 4, and I just made 2 stacks of 20. So my math formula, my 5 inches times my 4 inches times my 20. So if I opened up this box and dumped them all out, there are 40 1-inch cubes in my particular box. And if you look, this is one of my plain old cubes, and we know it is about 1 inch tall by about 1 inch wide by about 1 inch in height. All right, so if you look, and here's a sneak peek if you've lasted all this way through my video, your first math problem on your homework was this particular rectangular prism, and it was 6 inches on the base by 4 inches. So if I shaded in that bottom rectangle, it's 6 by 4, and it is 1 foot tall. So when I go and I fill in my math work, I transferred my formula. You know, Miss Reynolds is a big making sure you write your formula down. So I have my length 6 times my width 4 times my height 1, or 6 times 4, 1 step at a time, is 24 times 1, which gives me 24 feet. And remember, you are working with a 3-dimensional shape. It has height, it has width, and it has length. So your area must be cubed. because it is a three-dimensional shape. I did go ahead and label it, make myself a note, this is a rectangular prism, because in our next video we are going to talk about triangular prisms. So your formula, base, area of base times height, or length times width times height. All right, you just got free answer number 1 on your assignment. I will see you guys in a little while as we talk about triangular prisms.